7-4. Lar at the last.
He clears it, and boy,
because the live contender is into the jump off as well, the winner of the Rolex Grand Prix.
Hello everyone, and welcome to one of my most favorite places in the world, Chio, Aachen. Today we have a special program dedicated to the Rolex Grand Slam of jumping. We're going to dive into the thrilling sport, and I hope you enjoy the ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolex Grand Slam of show jumping.
The Rolex Grand Slam is one of the most prestigious competitions in the equestrian world, often referred to as the majors or slams. We just celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Rolex Grand Slam concept, but the majors collectively offer over 300 years of experience and tradition to the fans. The Rolex Grand Slam is the ultimate challenge for riders and their horses. We'll take you through the highlights of the latest major event held in the Netherlands at the Dutch Masters. We'll revisit the stunning performances of the top 3 riders, and we'll have the honor of interviewing the grand winner. Let's take a moment to look back at the highlights of the last major event of the Rolex Grand Slam, the Dutch Masters. It was an extraordinary spectacle where the world's best riders competed with exceptional determination and talent. We had to wait until the very last second of the jump-off to know who would win. No doubt, the coming Rolex Grand Prix of Aachen will keep us on the edge of our seats to the very end. Let's start by looking at the highlights of the top 3 riders of this event. In 3rd place, we saw Harry Smulders with Erikas van der Kattenwennen. Their performance was marked by Harry's incredible precision and his horse's impeccable technique. Let's relive the key moments of their round. In 2nd place, we saw Henrik van Eckermann and King Edward. They had incredible speed and agility and convinced the crowd they were unbeatable. Let's look at some highlights from this incredible round. And finally, the winner, Willem Greve, with Highway TN NOP. They had a flawless round that combined power and elegance. Who would have thought they could beat Henrik with King Edward? Let's watch the decisive moments that led this pair to victory. I now have the pleasure of welcoming the winner of the Dutch Masters, Willem Greve. Willem, what an extraordinary victory you had. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Can you tell me a little bit about the challenges you faced leading up to the competition?
Well, basically, I tried to make a good plan for my horse, for Highway TN NOP, to be as good, that he would be as good as possible on the Sunday. So he did only on Friday a 145 class. He felt very good. And Sunday I was lucky with my draw to be a little bit in the end of the class. Yeah, and then the jump off, there were I think 9 or 10 in it, and then last to go, and I had to give everything, and I just was, it was a very close call, but it was enough.
Tell me, did you have expectations going in? Did you really think you could win this amazing event?
Well, I wanted to watch the first 2 live, so I watched Martin Fuchs with Leone Jij and Henrik with King Edward. Then I walked back to the paddock and I said to my groom, I said, Richie, this one's going to be really hard. And he said, you can do it. He was really supporting me well. And then, okay, then you get in the bubble and you get focused and you actually see that the others were trying, but not really trying to beat Henrik. Yeah, and then at home you have to give everything, and it was enough.
It was so exciting. I get goosebumps thinking about it, watching you. I mean, everyone thought Henrik would be the winner. It was tremendous. But tell me, now coming into Aachen, you're the top contender for the Rolex Grand Slam. Do you feel a lot of pressure, or are you pretty relaxed?
No, I'm very relaxed about it. Aachen is something totally different than ' the Dutch Masters. So I made for myself a plan with my horses until Thursday, and then I see how they feel. Do I qualify for the Grand Prix? And then I see it day by day. Aachen is something total different, something very special for all my horses. It's the first time here, so yeah, I'm very excited to be here. And then yeah, I hope everything will work out the way I hope. But we'll see the first few days how they jump.
Well, we're wishing you all the best, and we're keeping our fingers crossed for the Rolex Grand Slam. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
For this next part, I'm delighted to be joined by an amazing father and son duo in the equestrian sport, Peter and Harry Charles. Welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Meredith. Thanks for having us.
Peter, let's start with you. You had an illustrious career. I remember riding with you here in Aachen many years ago. Tell me, what is it like to see your son doing so remarkably well and following in your footsteps?
Well, apart from the nervous bit, you take a lot of pride in your training and your work. You have the added pressure of being a father and the trainer, so I try and separate that. And Harry first rode in Aachen when he just turned 19. He won the European Championships, and we got an invite late to come here. I didn't really tell him how big it was, but he did really well. He qualified for the Grand Prix, got some placings, and this is the mecca of show jumping, so to keep coming back each year here is an absolute pleasure.
Great. How about you, Harry? You grew up watching your father. Amazing. What did you gain from this experience? Like, what kind of insight did you gather from his riding? And is he the reason that you're a professional today?
Yeah, I would say he's definitely the reason I'm a professional. To have someone in the sport who's done it, especially all before, you don't have to necessarily, as my dad said, make the same mistakes he did young. So to have someone who's done it all before, you know, in your corner is a huge advantage, and it's great to take every chance when you get. So I remember the Olympic Games in London, that being the defining moment. I thought when I saw my dad win the gold medal, being, yeah, I wanted to do this for a living, and
I did warn him.
Yeah, pretty addictive. So
Wonderful.
Can't thank him enough. You know, he stopped his career maybe a bit earlier than he could have done, just to put all his work into us, me and my two sisters. So it's invaluable having someone like him in the corner.
Great. We're talking about family support, but tell me, Peter, does it get difficult sometimes training within the family?
No, it's the best seat in the house, Meredith. You'll know that. You're going to see it all. And it should be enjoyable. The most important thing I tell them all to do is enjoy the journey. Make the partnership with the horse the best they can do. And then in doing that, they're going to get the most reward. And all of them, the two daughters, Harry, they all respect the horse really well. They push them when they have to, and their expectations are realistic. But I must say, as a parent, it's one of the best things you can do as a family. We're very lucky, me and my wife Tara, that we can see our kids grow up in a beautiful sport with the horses, and I always said it's the best seat in the house.
Great, it's nice to hear that, because my daughter is now competing at the children's and pony level, and I'm having so much fun watching her. Harry, you did the same thing. You did ponies, juniors, your dad was referring to that. Tell me a little bit, what did that experience bring you? How has that helped you today in your professional sport?
I think if you can get the chance, you know, at that young age to do the ponies, children on horses, young riders, it's invaluable. You know, a lot of the younger guys you see today, I grew up doing a sport with them, being in ponies, juniors. You just learn so much from an early age. You learn a lot about horsemanship, how to win a class. You know, them pony classes are pretty fast. Yeah,
great. And Peter, I know the answer if I was asked, but tell me, are you more nervous watching him ride or competing yourself?
I always bless myself when he goes in the ring, all of them anyway. So as long as they come out safe, him and the horse, that's my main goal. And if the training's gone well and our preparation as well, I'm less nervous. But you always have a little, it's not without its dangers, we know that, but I think you can limit that by really being well mounted, good preparation, good instruction. I mean, that's all you can do, and the rest is in the lap of the gods. But yes, you are a little nervous.
And lastly, Harry, I heard you're an avid golfer. So tell me, how do you balance this hobby with your riding? Do you have time to play a lot of golf? And what has golf brought you? Like, how has that helped you in the equestrian sport?
I actually think golf is a pretty good complementary sport to show jumping. Lucky a lot of other guys play as well, so sometimes we're quite lucky to get a bit of downtime at the shows. We'll go and hit the golf course. And with golf, I love it. It's really a mental game. You know, you have to really stay focused for four hours. You can't get upset if you hit a bad shot, because that can turn into a bad hole and a bad round. Just for the mind, it's really, really good, and I really enjoy it. I used to play a lot when I was younger, and I had a bit of a time where I kind of fell out of love with it, and then recently I've got back into it. So yeah, it really actually helps me in the sport somehow as well. So it
teaches patience.
Yeah.
Well, next time take me with. I'm sure you could teach me a thing or two. I started playing a lot myself.
He's the best.
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
He's unbelievable.
Well, thank you too for joining me, and thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, Meredith.
Thank you, Meredith.
I now have the pleasure of introducing Birgit Rosenberg, a key member of the organizing committee of Chio Aachen, one of the most iconic events of the Rolex Grand Slam. Birgit, Aachen is often referred to as the Wimbledon of show jumping, or the Mecca of the equestrian sport. Tell me, I've been here many years. I have such fond memories of riding in the stadium in front of 45,000 people. What does it take to organize an event of this magnitude?
Well, first of all, a super team, good manpower to do this, and ambition for our sport. I think it is quite huge, but we really have a strong team with a lot of experience, and our top priority is always the conditions for the horses must be absolutely top. So things like footing, stabling, all the infrastructure is our utmost priority, so we very much look into these things. But then, of course, it's important to bring everything together, because we have 5 disciplines and various stadiums. We have also, of course, hospitality area, spectators, and the sport issues, and in the end everything needs to be one big thing, and so it requires a lot of communication within the team and a lot of fine-tuning.
And every year I come here, it seems like it's better. Can you give me an example of, for instance, new features or innovations for this year or maybe the years to come?
Well, I think we have a long tradition, but on the other hand, we always try to look ahead and to innovate and improve things. So as I said, utmost priority is always the sport thing. So this year we have a new area for the grooms. I think they are so important in our sport. So it's a dedicated grooms lounge where they have a space to be and to get food and drinks all the time. We have a new, very interesting welfare project looking into the welfare of sport horses, working with some very internationally renowned scientists together to get some profound data about how the horses feel during they compete here in Aachen. That's a very interesting project. And then on the other hand, of course, also for the spectators, we always try to improve the experience of being here, be it through digital. We have a new podcast this time, the first year, with Markus Ening, the winner of the Rolex Grand Prix last year.
Great, thank you so much for your insights, and it's a pleasure to be back here. Aachen is always upholding the standard of excellence. We're looking forward to another spectacular year.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Here we are behind the scenes in the stable. This is where the magnificent animals are, the ones who carried those riders to their great successes. Let's discover what it takes to keep these magnificent creatures at their peak performance, physically and mentally.
Like a high-level athlete, a competition horse has high energy needs. Their diet includes carbohydrates for quick energy, lipids are necessary for endurance, and proteins to repair muscles. They consume between 20,000 and 30,000 calories per day. Meals should be distributed throughout the day in small portions to meet their nutritional needs without overloading their digestive system. Meals are divided into 3 to 4 portions a day to maintain constant energy levels. To stay in top condition, a competition horse needs to replenish its vitamins and minerals. For example, it requires twice as much calcium and phosphorus as a resting horse. Fiber from quality hay, like alfalfa hay, makes up at least 1.5 to 2% of the horse's body weight. Hydration is also essential, as a horse can drink between 30 and 50 liters of water per day, to which electrolytes like sodium, potassium, or chloride must be added.
Welcome everybody to one of the most fantastic stadiums in the world for show jumping. It's empty now because there's no competition going on, but I remember coming here as an 18-year-old girl, looking around, wishing, praying, dreaming that one day I could ride here. And to think many years later I was able to win the Rolex Grand Prix of Aachen, it was a dream come true. But now let's take a look at the top contenders for this year. We have some exciting predictions based on last year's performances. First, we have Markus Enning from Germany. Markus triumphed at the 2023 Rolex Grand Prix at Chio, Aachen with Star Gold, showcasing his exceptional skill and determination. His experience and success in major events position him as a top competitor for the up-and-coming Chio Aachen. Next, we have Martin Fuchs from Switzerland. Martin has had an impressive year, winning the Rolex Grand Prix at the Royal Windsor Horse Show and performing consistently across other major events. His partnership with Leonie J has been particularly successful. Lastly, Steve Gerdart, also from Switzerland. His experience and consistency in his performance make him a formidable contender. Additionally, there is Daniel Deuser, who has had great results and won multiple majors. These riders have shown incredible talent and resilience. We can't wait to see how they perform in the 2024 Rolex Grand Prix. Here we are in the Rolex Grand Slam of Show Jumping Experience booth, next to the coveted trophy that every rider is aspiring to win here on Sunday. But let's change gears for a moment. Let's discuss what there is at Chio Aachen outside of the competition arena. Today I have Matilda here with me.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. She's going to tell us a little bit about what you can do if you're not watching the horses.
Well, outside of the horses, there are so many things to do here in Aachen. I've been coming to the show for years. I think it's my 6th time here. And so I think I've experienced it, not all, but almost. And I love coming here to go around the village because there are so many shops and booths and activities to do. And also selfie spots and corners to take nice pictures around. And what I like the most is, well, going around and go to watch the best riders in the world warm up in the warm-up arenas, because we're so close to them. So yeah, it's the perfect place to spend the day.
Can you tell us about the Rolex Grand Slam game? What is that exactly?
It's a game you can play here in Aachen in the Rolex Grand Slam booth, and you basically have to choose a horse and then to choose one of the 4 majors. So I've played on every single one of them. I didn't win, but you have a joystick and you have to jump over the fences. It's not easy, but with some practice you can make it.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, probably easier here than on an actual horse.
Who knows? Well, thank you, Matilda, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Clearly, Chio Aachen has more to offer than just horses and the competition, something for everyone.
Number 5.
As I walk by the famous board, I'm proud to see my name there under the Rolex Grand Prix of Aachen winners on 2005. I'm really excited to see who's coming for 2024. Thank you for joining me today. It's been wonderful and an honor to share all these wonderful stories and performances from the Rolex Grand Slam of show jumping. I'm Meredith Michaels Beerbaum, and I look forward to seeing you at the next major on September 8th in Spruce Meadows, Calgary.